When employee stress scores spike, senior leaders usually point to mounting workloads, organizational change, or leadership friction. But what if those surveys are actually masking a completely different problem? Those structural pressures are absolutely real. Yet, by looking exclusively at organizational dynamics, executives are missing a physical trigger hiding right in front of them. A significant portion of what employees report as burnout is actually unmanaged digital eye strain, driven by the sheer volume of screen-centered work. If you categorize physical discomfort as a psychological crisis, your wellness programs will target the wrong problem. You simply cannot fix an ergonomic failure with a mindfulness app. Modern knowledge work demands an unnatural level of continuous visual focus. We spend 8 to 10 hours a day staring at light-emitting surfaces placed exactly an arm's length away. Even compared to the early days of desktop computing, our daily visual exposure has multiplied. Today's high-definition, multi-monitor setups bombard the eyes in ways these early monochrome interfaces never did. According to the NHS and the College of Optometrists, this prolonged exposure directly triggers blurred vision, headaches, and radiating tension in the neck and shoulders. That physical pain steadily degrades concentration and shortens tempers. By the time the annual well-being survey rolls around, that constant irritability shows up in the data looking exactly like psychological exhaustion. This creates a serious blind spot for HR and risk leaders. They review survey results and see operational red flags indicating an overwhelmed workforce. Here is the data trap. Distinct physical inputs like screen glare and ambient lighting strain are mistakenly funneled into a psychological stress bucket. Leadership pours budget into resilience seminars. But because the trigger is physical, those interventions bounce off and the strain grows. By ignoring visual ergonomics, organizations lock themselves into a data illusion. They spend heavily to solve a problem they haven't accurately diagnosed. Daily screen fatigue often masks a much deeper risk: the long-term, unmonitored decline of vision across the workforce. Take glaucoma, for example. It is a leading cause of preventable blindness worldwide, and it often progresses without a single early symptom. Because early stages are invisible, global authorities like the World Health Organization strongly emphasize regular eye exams to catch these changes before the damage becomes permanent. Screens themselves do not cause conditions like glaucoma, but if an employee has subtle, undetected changes in their vision, spending a full 40 hours a week staring at a digital display becomes much more exhausting and increasingly difficult to maintain. Employees struggle with brightness sensitivity and poor focus long before a formal diagnosis. For employers, that translates directly into a hidden drain on productivity and heavily distorted well-being indicators. Fortunately, addressing this does not require overhauling your entire corporate structure. HR and risk leaders can deploy a few highly targeted, low-cost measures immediately. The first step is taking digital ergonomics seriously. That means actively adjusting screen height, balancing ambient office lighting, and eliminating glare on the monitors. This timer demonstrates the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, shift focus to an object 20 feet away for 20 seconds. These breaks interrupt muscular eye tension. Repeating this cycle across an 8-hour workday prevents the compound toll of screen fatigue. These ergonomic interventions provide the necessary physical foundation for employees to maintain high levels of concentration and sharp reaction times throughout the day. For boards and senior executives, it is time to rethink how we interpret burnout. A significant portion of those elevated stress signals you see in your data aren't coming from organizational friction. They arise purely from the physical realities of modern, screen-based labor. Employers need to step up and actively support routine eye examinations while incorporating basic visual health education into their existing wellness initiatives. Actively managing eye health clears the noise from your survey data. It is the only way organizations can accurately diagnose true psychological stress, protect their underlying productivity, and demonstrate a truly holistic duty of care.